Hello, Dr. Kavita. How are you? So, should we start?
Dr. Kavita, how are you?
So, how are your preparation going on? Till I inform at Telegram, we all will talk a bit. How is your preparation going on? Dr. Pankaj, how is your preparation going on? Yeah, getting nervous is something normal. Getting nervous is something normal. In fact, I am nervous because I have, it is also my first attempt as a teacher. So I am also nervous, Dr. Kavita. Getting nervous is something getting serious toward one's job, right? Yeah, practice positive thinking, Dr. Pankaj, Dr. Kavita. Practice positive thinking, that helps a lot. But getting nervous is something normal. Okay? Okay? We should get nervous, right? It's normal thing. So, today we will be discussing, I think we are five now. Okay? So, today we will be discussing, good evening, Dr. Isra. Uh, Today we will be discussing very important lecture. This is something very favorite of FMG people, and that's why I love this topic. Okay, okay. Let me just inform the other students who want can come. Keep be positive. Okay, all these things are perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. Okay, be positive, keep studying, keep rushing for the revisions, and believe me, you will get positive results. Okay, so if anybody asks me before going to the exam that do I want to go to exam, my answer was no. I want one more try. Okay, so be positive, keep fighting, and we will win it. So let's start today's very important topic. Okay, so today is smallest diameter of Dr. Pankaj has asked the question. Smallest diameter of the pelvis is interspinous or posterior sagittal diameter. Beta, it is posterior sagittal diameter. It is around 7 and interspinous diameter is around 10. Okay, interspinous diameter is around 10. Let's do it fast because, okay. Okay, so let's start. So, FSH, first of all, let's take the FSH hormone. So, FSH is the hormone which is basically follicle stimulating hormone, and it is released by anterior pituitary. And what is its main function? What is its main function? Come on, be active, give your responses so that we can rush and complete the course. What is the function of follicle stimulating hormone? This is the hormone which starts the yes, this is the hormone which starts the menstrual cycle. Yeah, it starts the ovarian cycle or the menstrual cycle. This is the hormone which starts the, yeah, and it is responsible for the growth of the ovarian follicle. Okay, it is very good. It is responsible for the growth of the, which hormone it further releases. It secretes, it enables the secretion of estrogen from the granulosa. It stimulates the follicle to secrete estrogen from the granulosa cells of the follicle. Okay, these are very basic things, and these can be asked. Okay, so I have just written down so that we can revise it. Along with the FSH, inhibin B is also released. Inhibin B is also released. Both are released. Both are released, Dr. Pankaj. Both are released. Okay? Both are released from the granulosa cells. Both are released. When estrogen peaks, then which hormone is released? When estrogen peaks, then which hormone is released? LH surge. Okay? What is the stimulus for LH surge? Come on, everybody, write in the chat box. This is a question which can ask. The hormone responsible for LH surge. It is the estrogen peak. So what is the order? FSH releases the beta estrogen peaks, and estrogen releases the, is the reason for LH surge. So what is the sequence? FSH releases estrogen cause the release of LH. Okay, what is the action of LH? What is the action of LH? Then we will study what is the action of estrogen. What is the action of LH? Very good, Dr. Medha. Hello, Dr. Medha. What is the action of LH, beta? Very good. Please tell me. LH acts on the theca cells. LH acts on the, yeah, it is corpus luteum maintenance. But what is its action on the ovarian follicle? LH acts on the theca cells, and what does it do? After acting on the theca cell, what does it do? It changes the cholesterol into androgen. Okay, it changed the cholesterol into androgen, and then these androgens, they are aromatized into estrogen. Aromatization is not the function of LH. What is the function of LH, Dr. Pankaj? What is the function of LH, Dr. Pankaj? The function of LH is, yes, changing the cholesterol into androgens. Okay? By acting on theca cells, the LH changes the cholesterol into androgens. Okay? Which are further changed into estrogen by aromatization. But LH does not do it, does it? Okay? Very good. What is the action of estrogen on endometrium? Come on. Very easy question. What is the action of estrogen on the endometrium? What is the action of estrogen on the and proliferation? Very good, Dr. Kavita. It proliferates. It proliferates endometrium. Endometrium grows in size. Okay, endometrium grows in size. Okay, this is the function of estrogen on the endometrium. Very good, very good. What is the histopath finding? What is the histopath finding? When we will see the endometrium under the histopath, what is the finding? Tall telescope-like glands and pseudo stratification. Please remember this finding. This can be asked as this is very basic things. Tall telescope-like glands and pseudo stratification on histopath. Okay, will you remember this thing? This thing is something new. Okay, what is the histopath finding of the proliferative endometrium, beta? It is tall telescope-like gland. You can see that these glands are very telescope-like. See it on the screen. See, tall telescope-like glands or pseudo-stratification. Okay? Okay. Now let us see LH surge. Now we have studied LH surge occur. These durations are asked, beta. Okay. Now be very focused. Right? Now see, this is the LH hormone. On the starting of the periods, the LH hormone was very less. Right? This LH hormone was almost zero on the starting, right? Then suddenly due to the estrogen peak, this LH surge occurs, right? LH surge occurs. Now after this LH surge, what is LH surge? Surge means sudden rise. Surge means sudden rise. This is LH surge. Only this much is LH surge. Okay. The one which is occurring this one is not LH surge. Surge means sudden rise. Okay. So this surge is for 48 hours. Yes, very good. This surge is for 48 hours. This surge is for 48 hours. Okay. And when is this peak achieved? The peak of the LH surge is achieved at after 24 hours. On the mid, after 24 hours. Is it okay? Okay. Now, once this peak was achieved, then there was fall of the LH levels. Can you see? Okay. LH levels, they are falling, but it is now a part of the LH surge. And somewhere after 12 hours, ovulation occurs. Somewhere here, ovulation occurs. Dr. Isra, you are not getting this concept. Okay. Now tell me, what is the duration of LH surge? Beta, tell me, what is the duration of LH surge? What is the duration of LH surge? Write down in the chat box. What is the duration of 48 hours? When does the LH surge peak occurs? No, Dr. Isra, it is for 48 hours. LH surge. This whole pink area is the LH surge, beta. This whole pink area is the LH surge. It is occurring for 48 hours. When does the peak occurs? When does the peak in the LH surge occurs? When does the peak in the LH surge occurs? Very good, Dr. Rakesh Patel. When does the peak? No. After 24 hours. Very good. Dr. Isra, peak is occurring here. This whole is 48 hours. And here is the peak occurring after 24 hours. Very good. After 24 hours, the peak is occurring. Very good. Now you tell me, when after the peak, the LH is also high, But after the peak, after 12 hours, ovulation is occurring, right? When is the ovulation occurring? So if we say when is the ovulation occurring, what you will say? 12 hours after the LH peak, isn't it? When is the ovulation occurring? 12 hours after the LH peak. Okay? 12 hours after the LH peak. Okay? And when is LH surge occurring? What is the duration between the LH surge and what is the duration between onset of LH surge and ovulation? Write down in the chat box. What is the duration between onset of LH surge and ovulation? Very good. 36 hours. Dr. Isra is the first one to write. Please, all of you write. What is the duration? Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So, now can you understand these lines? The LH surge occurs 36 hours before ovulation. When does the LH surge occurs? LH surge occurs 36 hours before ovulation. And LH peak occurs 12 hours before ovulation. Are you able to understand this? Are you able to understand these two lines? LH surge occurs. LH surge occurs. Here LH surge means onset of LH surge. Very good. Very good. So no, now you will not forget it. Okay. Now let me tell you, there are two types of graphs. The one graphs in which surges are there. I already told you surges means sudden rise. Then those graphs will be of FSH or LH. If the surge is very high, then it is LH surge. If the surge is small, like this in this graph, then this is the graph of which hormone? See, this hormone is very good. It is FSH. If it is FSH. See, this hormone is increased during the proliferative phase and it is decreased during the luteal phase. So this is FSH hormone. So FSH hormone and LH hormone, they have surges. If the surge is very high, then it is LH, and if the surge is very low as compared to LH, then it is FSH. Another difference, LH is high during the luteal phase, whereas FSH is high during the proliferative phase. Which is this curve? Which is this curve? Can you tell me? Now there are two curves. These are very favorite of FMGs. Please. Yes, there are two curves. One curve is in the proliferative phase. The another curve is in the luteal phase. Now this curve is due to the granulosa cells. And this curve is due, no Dr. Medha, it is not estrogen and progesterone. It is only estrogen. It is only estrogen. I am telling you, this is only estrogen. This proliferative phase में जो curve बन रहा है, that is due to the granulosa cell are secreting. Okay, the one which is in the luteal phase, who is secreting this estrogen? Write down in the chat box. Who is secreting this estrogen? Granulosa is not secreting. Corpus luteum secretes both progesterone and estrogen. Okay? Do you got it? So if you are finding slope, if you are finding slopes, you are not finding the surges, you are finding slopes, then the curve will be of estrogen and progesterone. If you are finding two slopes, one in the proliferative phase and one in the luteal phase, then that curve is of progesterone or estrogen. Now what is this curve? What is this curve? It has only one peak in the luteal phase. Progesterone. This curve is of the progesterone. And when does it peaks? When does it peaks? When does it peaks? When does progesterone? Very good. Day 21 or day 22. Any you can take. Okay? What is the histopath finding in the endometrium? What is the histopath finding in the endometrium? The first finding in the endometrium. What are the histopath finding? Yes, can anybody tell me? This is very important, beta. Basic things are asked. Histopath finding is subnuclear vacuolation. Subnuclear vacuolation. Vacuoles are made in the endometrium whenever in the beta luteal phase. Progesterone comes in the luteal phase only, beta. Progesterone comes in the luteal phase only. We are talking the histopath finding due to progesterone. Okay, so the progesterone when acts on the endometrium, the histopath finding is subnuclear vacuolation. What is the last finding on the last day? This is the finding on the 16th day. Subnuclear vacuolation. What is the finding on 28th day? Can anybody tell me? What is the finding of the corkscrew shaped glands? Okay, corkscrew shaped glands. What were the finding on the histopath due to estrogen? Due to estrogen, what was the histopath finding of the endometrium? We have already done this. No, it is pseudo. Beta, furning is seen in Dr. Medha. Furning is seen in the cervical mucus. We are talking about endometrium. Okay, furning is seen in cervical mucus. We are talking about endometrium. What are the histopath finding? Very good. Tall telescope glands or pseudostratification. And what are the findings in the endometrium on with progesterone? First day finding, that is 16th day, the finding is subnuclear. Write down in the chat box. Subnuclear subnuclear vacuolation, and on the last day there is corkscrew shape. Dr. Medha, write down subnuclear, below the nucleus. Okay? Because what is the action of the progesterone on endometrium? Now you will come to know why it is so. What is the action of the very good, very good. What is the action of the progesterone on the endometrium? Answer this question. It stabilizes it. Number one. Number two, it makes it secretory. What do you understand by stabilize? Very good. It makes it secretory. Very good. What do you understand by stabilize? It means the estrogen which was making the endometrium. Yeah, stabilization means holding the endometrium growth. The estrogen which was making the endometrium to grow, to proliferate. Now, this progesterone has stopped the endometrium to grow. Okay? No, it doesn't mean not shedded. Now, the estrogen which was making the endometrium to grow, to proliferate, the progesterone stops it. Okay? And fills that telescope-shaped glands with secretions. Okay? And fills the telescope-shaped glands, and that telescope now have changed into corkscrew-shaped glands. Is it okay? It means they are full up with secretions. Okay? They are full up with secretions. But now they are not growing. So stabilization has its own meaning. What does stabilization means? Stops the endometrium to grow. Stops the endometrium to grow, and secretory glands. Glands are full up with secretions. Okay? Who is producing this progesterone? Who is producing this progesterone? Can anybody tell me? Which structure is producing this progesterone? Yes, tell me. Corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. What is the lifespan? What is the lifespan? Very good, very good. What is the lifespan? What is the lifespan of the corpus luteum? 14 days. Very good. 14 days. When is its action maximum? When is the corpus luteum action maximum? When is the corpus luteum action maximum? Day 9. Okay? You all know now progesterone is secreted at maximum on day 21 or day 22. So, corpus luteum is formed at day 14. Okay? So, corpus luteum maximum at day 8 or day 9. Okay? Is it okay? If corpus luteum will work maximum, then only progesterone will produced. Very good, very good. Which hormone is maintaining the corpus luteum, beta? Which hormone is maintaining the corpus luteum? Which hormone is maintaining the corpus luteum? Very good. It is being maintained by LH. LH. Why don't you mark this answer in the quiz? In the quiz it is asked, the non-pregnant lady corpus luteum is maintained by And the answer is LH. And who is maintaining the corpus luteum of pregnancy? Who maintains the corpus luteum of pregnancy? Come on, everybody. HCG, because of its luteotropic action. Because of its luteotropic action. Now, this is the diagram. In this diagram, which one is the primordial follicle? How you will recognize primordial follicle? How you will recognize primordial follicle? See, first of all, see here. What is the primordial follicle? One layer. Outside there is only one layer and in between there is ovum. This is a structure of primordial follicle. These are the primordial follicles. Okay, these are the primordial follicles. Only one layer is there. Primordial follicles are also known as primary follicle. Okay. Okay, what is secondary follicle or pre-antral follicle? Now there are two layers. In the secondary follicle, now there are two layers. Okay, and in between there is ovum. This is pre-antral or secondary follicle. This is the pre-antral or secondary follicle. Okay. After this is the antral follicle. Antrum means cavity. Antrum means cavity. Okay. Antrum means cavity. These both are the antral follicle. Once antrum is formed, then it is antral follicle. You can see the cavities are there. This is the cavity. This is the cavity. Okay. Okay. The mature follicle just before the rupture is the Graafian follicle. And where is corpus luteum? Luteum means yellow and corpus means body. So yellow bodies, these are the corpus luteums. Okay? Is it okay? Clear, everybody? Now you will not get confused. What is primordial follicle? Write down in the chat box. Only one layer outside. They are the very small. Okay? Then it is the secondary follicle. Okay? Or the pre-antral follicle. Still there is no cavity. Once the cavity is formed, it is antral follicle. And once it is get very mature, it is Graafian follicle. And at the last, their yellow colored is the corpus luteum. Now you tell me, what are the ovarian reserve test? Best test is AMH. What are the two other tests? Best test for ovarian reserve is AMH. What are the two other tests? Hello? Class. हाँ जी. What are the two other tests? It is day 3 FSH, okay, and day 3 antral follicle count, okay, day 3 antral follicle count. These are the follicles which we count on day 3. Antral follicle count. This should be more than 7. Got it? Got it? Will you forget it or remember it? Very good. Day 3 is the... Yeah, they are counted on ultrasound. They are counted on ultrasound at day 3. Okay? Okay? Best is EMH, but the other tests are day 3 FSH. FSH should be high. Okay? And the AFC should be more than 7. Right? Okay? Should we cross to next chapter? Now we will talk about Mullerian anomalies. Right? Mullerian anomalies. FSH level more than 7 international unit per liter. Okay, but they will not ask you. It is for your knowledge. Should we start it? Okay, let's start it. In a male, there is Y chromosome. On the Y chromosome is present SRY gene or TDF. What is SRY gene? Sex determining region of... Yeah, very good, very good. Dr. Israel, both are more than 7. So, SRY gene is sex determining region of Y or testes determining factor. So, this is the gene which is present on Y chromosome. So, this gene, it changes the genital ridge to the testes. This gene changes the genital ridge into testes. If the Y chromosome is, yes, it is present on short arm of the Y chromosome. If the Y chromosome is absent, then the genital ridge changes into ovaries. Then the genital ridge changes into ovaries. So that is how the gonadal sex is determined. Right? And please here, before starting the chapter, I am telling you, in the question, examiner will confuse you that Mullerian duct anomalies, Mullerian agenesis, ovaries are absent. There is no, ovaries are different. Ovaries are formed from genital ridge and the Mullerian duct is different. There is no link between the ovaries and Mullerian duct. Okay? Now, both Mullerian duct and Wolffian duct are present at 6 weeks. Okay? Both Mullerian duct and Wolffian duct are present at 6 weeks in both XY and XX. Okay? The testes which were formed in the males, their Sertoli cells, they secrete AMH, due to which Mullerian duct regresses. Due to which Mullerian duct regresses. Okay? And the testes Leydig cell, they secrete androgens, due to which the Wolffian duct grows. Due to which the Wolffian duct grows into male genital tract. Okay? So all the wolves are male, or all the males are wolf. Okay? Okay? Okay. Now you tell me ki when is the AMH released in female? When is AMH released in female? In the males, it is secreted from the Sertoli cells. No, Dr. Medha. It is in the females, it is secreted by granulosa cells at puberty. In the males, it is secreted in intrauterine life. Okay, in the males, it is secreted in intrauterine life. Is it clear? By the Sertoli cells. Okay? Okay, that is why we do AMH testing for ovarian reserve. Okay, now what happens in ovary? What happens in ovary? The ovary is the Mullerian duct grows. In ovaries, there is no AMH production during the intrauterine life. So Mullerian duct, it grows and it forms female internal genital tract, but Wolffian duct, it regresses in the absence of androgens. Okay, so who decides Mullerian duct will grow or not? Mullerian duct growth is dependent on, tell me, AMH is AMH absence. If AMH will be absent, then Mullerian duct will grow. Okay? Who decide Wolffian duct growth? Who decide Wolffian duct growth? Yeah, AMH does not affect the fetus, baby girl. Dr. Isra, you are right. Wolffian duct is growth is androgen. Okay? Okay? So if the XY gene is present, but androgens are absent. Now tell me, if the XY gene is present, but there is Leydig cell aplasia, Leydig cell is not growing, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Please write down in the chat box. You can write your guesses also. Beta, Dr. Medha, you are bit forward. Yeah, only Wolffian duct regresses. Okay, now we are not talking of external genitalia. We are only talking of internal genitalia. Wolffian duct will regress. Okay, and Mullerian duct will also regress because only Leydig cell has been aplasia. Is it okay? Both Mullerian duct will not grow because AMH will be present, right? And Leydig cell will not grow because AMH, there is Leydig cell aplasia. Is it okay? Is it okay? Now you all know what happens in Leydig cell aplasia. Okay. Now you tell me what happens when AMH will be absent. Now we are not talking of Leydig cell aplasia. Now I am telling you that XY gene is there and AMH is absent. Write down in the chat box. In XY gene, if there is absence of AMH, what will happen? Okay, in Leydig cell, the Mullerian duct will not grow because AMH was present, and Wolffian duct will not grow because testosterone was absent. Is it okay? In AMH absence of XY, what will happen? Mullerian duct will grow and Wolffian duct will also grow. Both will grow. Very good. Very good. Both will grow. Okay? And what is this known as? Severe syndrome. This was asked today in the quiz. Do you remember? Okay, that much is in your syllabus, nothing else. Okay? What happens to the Leydig cell? What happens to Mullerian and Wolffian duct in the Leydig cell aplasia? What happens to the Mullerian and Wolffian duct in the severe syndrome? Okay? Is it okay? So what do you understand with this discussion? That basic form is the male form. The basic form is the female form, sorry. If the Y chromosome derivatives will act, then the male will be formed. Otherwise, if the Y chromosome derivative do not act, then the female will be formed. So, who is the sex determining chromosome? The Y chromosome. Because if Y chromosome is present, then the male is formed, and if Y chromosome is absent, if Y chromosome is absent, then female is formed. So it all depends on the Y chromosomes. Okay? Is it okay? Can we go ahead? Which is a sex determining chromosome? Okay. Now let us start with Mullerian anomalies. You're the favorite topic of the examiner. There are two Mullerian ducts. Okay. The two Mullerian ducts, they form the fallopian tubes. They never forms the ovary. Okay, they never forms the ovary. Ovary is formed by genital ridge, right? And when they fuse, they form uterus. After fusion, only one uterus will be left. They form cervix, one cervix, and one upper two-third vagina. So the part which is forming the fallopian tube, it does not fuse. Whereas the lower part, it fuses and form uterus, cervix, and upper two-third vagina. Is it clear? This part fuses. And it fuses and forms cervix, uterus, and upper two-third vagina. The part which does not fuses forms the fallopian tube. So there are always two fallopian tubes. Clear? Okay. So after fusion, when the two fallopian tubes fuse, the in between the septa is left, which also resolves later. What is uterine diadelphus? When there is no fusion between the Mullerian duct, it is uterine diadelphus. So what is uterine diadelphus? Always remember, complete failure of fusion. Zero fusion. Okay? Always remember this word. Complete failure of fusion. Complete failure of fusion. Complete failure. So now there will be two fallopian tubes, two uterus, two cervix, two upper two-third vagina. And when they ask you if the vagina septum is present, what is your diagnosis? You will always say uterine diadelphus. Okay? Uterine diadelphus. So if vaginal septum is present, what is the diagnosis? If the vagina has the septum, what is the diagnosis? Can anybody tell me? Uterine diadelphus. It has the best reproductive outcome. Why? Why it has the best reproductive outcome? Because you all know that a female can also give birth to twins. So if one uterus can give birth to two fetus, then half uterus can give birth to one fetus. Usually no problem occurs with the uterine diadelphus. Okay? No problems occur with uterine diadelphus. So, best reproductive outcome. Is it okay? This is NEET PG question. High chances are there it will be repeated in your exam also. Uterine diadelphus is not associated with transverse line. You tell me that now the uterus is halved. Uterus has increased in longitudinal dimension. So when there is increase in the longitudinal dimension, how transverse lie will occur? No transverse lie is there with uterine diadelphus. Okay? No transverse lie. Yes, no transverse lie. Okay? What is the treatment? This is very interesting. What is the treatment? No treatment required. No treatment required. Very good. All of you see in your Telegram channel. In the Telegram group, I have messaged the uterine diadelphus HSG. Yeah, I will explain it, Dr. Kavita. I will explain it. Just see in the Telegram group, there I have put the HSG image now only of uterine diadelphus. You can appreciate two vaginas there. So whenever on the HSG you see two vaginas, it means it is the uterine diadelphus. Have you seen there? Okay, very good. Now let us discuss the bicornuate uterus. Okay, now the uterus has started fusion, but their fusion was incomplete. So it will lead to bicornuate uterus. And now this time there will be one cervix, one vagina, but two uterus cavity, because the fusion occurs from down to up. If it is incomplete, then only upper part will left. Okay, the incomplete fusion will only only the upper part will left unfused. Okay, so only the uterus will be two, but the cervix and vagina will be one. One cervix, one vagina, and two uterus. Is it okay? Is it okay? Very good. Okay, now tell me, complete failure leads to uterine diadelphus and incomplete failure leads to bicornuate uterus. Dr. Kavita has asked us bicollis and unicollis. What is bicollis? And what is unicollis? Bicollis means two cervix. And unicollis means one cervix. Which is common? These are subtypes of bicornuate uterus. Okay. Bicollis and unicollis are No. Bicollis and unicollis are subtype of bicornuate. Okay. So usually unicollis is common. Okay. Bicollis is very rare. Only this thing they will ask you. Okay. Now, because you know that here in between there is incomplete fusion between the two endometrial cavities of the uterus. What will be there? Between the two, there will be two uterus. Between the endometrial cavities of the uterus, what will be there, beta? There will be myometrium. There will be myometrium. Okay, there will be myometrium between the two cavities. Okay, so the angle is more than 60 to 75 degree. Okay, what is the treatment? What is the treatment? Can anybody help me? Here the treatment is meteroplasty. Here we have to dissect the myometrium. Metro means myometrium. Myometrium. We have to cut the myometrium. So the treatment is meteroplasty. Is it okay? Please see in the Telegram channel. Beta, please see in the Telegram channel. I have messaged the image of biconvex uterus. You can see that the angle is more than 60 to 75 degree. And there is one cervix, one vagina. Please see in the Telegram channel. One cervix, one vagina, angle more than 60 to 75 degree. Have you seen? Let us discuss septate uterus. Okay, what is septate uterus? After their fusion was complete. The fusion was complete. Okay, but the fusion was complete, but the septa was left. Usually after fusion the septa is left, but it resolves later. But here the septa does not resolve. So there are two endometrial cavities with one septa in between. This time there is not myometrium in between. There is septa. Okay, there is septa in between. In the biconvex uterus, there were two uterus with myometrium in between because fusion was not complete, right? And here the fusion is complete, but between the two endometrial cavity, there is septa in between. Okay, there is septa in between, right? And this is the most common uterine anomaly because fusion is complete, so angle between the both is less than 60 to 75 degree. Angle between them is less than 60 to 75 degree. Okay? Is it okay? And what is its treatment? What is the treatment? Septal resection, not metroplasty. Here we are not treating the myometrium. Okay, and this is done hysteroscopic. Okay, this is done hysteroscopic. Hysteroscopic septal resection. When, if by chance if you get gynae as a PG, so you will do it in the first year itself. It's very easy to do. Okay, it's very easy to do. If you will go into the gynae residency, even at internship you will do it. Okay, it is very easy, and there are so much cases in the gynae department. So it is because it is the most common uterine anomaly. Okay, okay, so best of luck for it. It is very easy to do because myometrium is not in between, septa is there. It is very easy. What is unicornuate uterus? Last anomaly. Only one duct grows. Only one duct grows. That is unicornuate uterus. Okay? Only one duct grows. The other doesn't grows. Okay? So now I am putting two images. One of unicornuate and one of septate uterus. Please see. Yeah, only one fallopian tube is there, Dr. Kavita. Only one fallopian tube. One fallopian tube. One, or you can say half banana shaped uterus. Half cervix, half vagina. Okay. Actually, I don't know, Dr. Isra, this. Yeah, it has a worse pregnancy outcome. It has a worse pregnancy outcome. It is worst among all. Okay, have you seen the images on the Telegram? Please see the images on the Telegram so that you can differentiate between septate and biconjugate. This was NEET PG question. Okay. Last image in the Telegram is of the okay. It is Varies needle. There is a long needle. Beta, there is a long needle. It is used to inflate peritoneal cavity. It is used to inflate the peritoneal cavity. Is it clear? Is it clear? So that's all for today. Tomorrow, before starting the next class, we will first do the MCQ related to today's class, and then we will proceed tomorrow with amenorrhea and intersex. Okay? Tomorrow topic of discussion is amenorrhea and intersex. Tomorrow 2 p.m. 2 p.m. we will do the next class session. Okay? Two p.m. What are your topics? They are very important topic. Amenorrhea, intersex, and 20 important questions on hormones and Mullerian anomalies. Dr. Kavita, in the morning we did, Dr. Kavita and rest of the students, in the morning we did very important topic, HSG and hysteroscopy. Today's topic and tomorrow topics are very favorite of FNG examiner. Please check the today's morning topic. Okay? Please check them. They are hardly a class of 1 hour, but they are very important. HSG and hysteroscopy. They are very important. So if any query is left, please write down in the chat box or we will close the session. Thank you, Dr. Kavita. Thank you, Dr. Medha. Thank you, Dr. Isra. Thank you, Dr. Rakesh Patel. Thank you, Dr. Pankaj Sankla, for joining. If any queries there, please ask or I will close the session. Please like, share and comment after ending this class. It encourages me a lot and guides me for future classes.